Итак, я записываю. Да, блин, я заметила, что не записываю, приходится заново. Метла хорошая. Встретимся с
I can do
Поппи.
this. I can do this. They will want to help.
Is this where we're meeting the centaurs?
Well, they don't exactly know we're coming, so it's less of a
Я буду нажимать
meeting
держать, потому
and more
что
of a
когда я
surprise,
первый раз
I
проходила, так
suppose.
что...
I'm not sure about this. I can't imagine they're fond of being surprised.
We don't have a choice if we want to help the Snidgets. Perhaps they'll be able to tell that we're sincere. There's something about them that's so knowing. It's almost unnerving.
I suppose they are known for having an air of omniscience.
That's exactly the right word. I just... Never mind.
What is it?
It's nothing, truly. We've no secrets to hide.
Speaking of secrets, I do want to tell you why Victor Rookwood's after me. He's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock's after something I found at Gringotts. Fig had a portkey that led us there after the dragon attack. It's a bit of a long story, and Fig asked that I not speak of it yet.
Goodness. Well, that certainly helps explain a bit about what we saw back at Horntail Hall. Of course, I'll guard your secret as if it were my own. Even the centaurs won't know.
We'll simply be honest with them about what we're trying to do.
Да,
They'll have
согласна.
to help us, won't they?
Yes, of course. You're absolutely right. We'll meet with them, tell them about the Snidgets, and I'm sure to all be fine.
What do you think you're doing here, humans?
Please! We were hoping to speak with you.
Ah, I suppose you'd like a tale for your friends of the time you spoke to a centaur, and it spoke back.
No, never. We're here because we need your help.
Enough! You made a grave error in judgment in coming here, little witch.
Leave them be, Alec. We do not harm the young. It is not our way.
You forget your place, old fool. I'm the leader of this herd, and while you cling to our way, their kind continue to slaughter beasts like us without a care!
From what I can see, they have slaughtered no one. They will leave here unharmed.
Mark my words, Doran. If I ever see them again, it will be all three of your heads.
Foolish children. Do you know what happens to wizards who wander here? Now, follow me before
Golden
I...
Snidgets are still alive, and the poachers are after them. They know that the key to finding them lies in the moonlight, but they don't know what that means, yet. Please, help us find the Snidgets before the poachers do.
Could it be? In the south, there is a cave within which lies what the poachers seek. A moonstone. Retrieve it and place it in the henge in the forest. I, on the other hand, must go speak with the herd. Find me after you have done this.
I don't understand. So the moonlight mentioned in the journal doesn't refer to actual moonlight, but to a moonstone. What do moonstones have to do with Snidgets? And why was he so certain about where we could find one?
Isn't Moonstone all around us? Why retrieve one from a cave?
Knowing centaurs, I suspect he's referring to a specific moonstone. We'll likely know it when we see it.
I don't know, but I am inclined to believe him, what with his being a centaur and all.
I am too. It is a shame how quickly he left. What was his name? Doran?
That's what the leader of the herd called him.
Well, if Doran knows something we don't, I'd rather act now and ask questions later. I can head to the library and start looking into the cave you mentioned.
Окей, все.
I'll let you know what I find.
Revelio.
Ладушки, шоколадушки. А теперь... Какие у нас там есть эти? Заданица. А я туда не долечу. Я думаю, нам нужно вот сюда, потому что когда я с ней поговорю, я думаю, она меня отправит в свой замок, который будет находиться как раз в том самом месте. Что-то вот подсказывает. Сейчас узнаем, насколько я права. Задумалась. Здрасте, мордасти. Чё у вас тут?
Welcome back.
Спасибо.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
Oh.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us.
Что-то мне подсказывает,
Unfortunately,
что
this
нет.
headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. We'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
Круто, круто. Где фиг?
Ревелио.
Так нужен. Отлично. А, еще нет. Ну.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office?
Да,
Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
да. Че он не пришел-то, блин? О, о, класс, класс, класс. Вот это я понимаю, да. Вот где он?
Revelio.
Где он? Где он? А! Да блин, почему я не могу перепрыгивать? Где он? Может, это внизу? Я не знаю. Ладно, я потом буду изучать весь Хогвартс под конец игры. Ну, подождем, подождем. Подождем, а не подождем. О, опять я задумалась.
Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And, sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well. You'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
У тебя завалялось, да?
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more.
Чё за бред? Ну вы чего? Переоденешь меня сразу, да? Ничего такой.
How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now
Класс!
to find the headmaster's house elf.
Я не могу Ревеля говорить. Как я без Ревеля? Вы чё? Вы чё? Нет! Ну почему нельзя прыгать?
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and
I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
Если он спросит, он не поймет. Ну, блин, понятное дело, какое-то это такое личного характера носит. Давай в его духе.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
Чего?
Student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners? Greetings. I mean, out of my way, children.
What could the headmaster want?
Gareth. Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
The little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns the tells me some of his billywig stings recently went missing. Prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself a skilled buccaneer.
Красава.
But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydukes.
Bah, that's enough from you. Just know that I have eyes and ears
Красава,
everywhere.
красава, красава.
On your way, Mr. Weasley.
Красава, красава вообще.
Well, there's one for my diary.
Вы кого-нибудь еще встречу? Хочу еще кого-нибудь встретить. Вы чего, ребят, это шикарно.
Да, блин, друг.
You call that a shine on those boots? Do better.
Слышишь?
Hello, Professor Black.
Здорово, с кем еще могу потрындеть? Со всеми потрындю, смотри. А?
Headmaster, here. What could you
О,
want?
Mr. Gaunt, where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm simply on my way outside.
Taking the day off, eh? Typical student, wasting the hours away.
Ты слишком уж.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany and its uses. Was heading to the greenhouse.
Ah, yes. Mixed with bubo tuba pus makes a fine mustache paste. Yes, mustache paste. I find.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem yourself.
I assure you, I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need a medical diagnosis, I shall head to St. Mungo's.
Something is very wrong with me.
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
Кого еще? Кем-нибудь еще? Пожалуйста, пожалуйста. Ну.
Professor, a word?
Нет, никакого
Professor
квиддича.
Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch.
Нет.
We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It
В
would be better
следующем
than
году.
none at all.
But the injury, Madam Kogawa.
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludger to the head on our pitch. I dare say it knocked some sense into them. And they are fine now. The fact that it happened to be a pureblood, well, that's no reason to...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health of a student over a silly game.
A silly game? You are impossible sometimes. Sir, I've a good mind to write to the Department of Magical Games and Sports.
Давай. Нет, ну серьезно.
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it. Now, where is my elf?
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And I spotted Scrope in the Great Hall. Seems to be avoiding me.
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kogawa.
What did we do to deserve him as a head?
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the ministry.
Эй, я же уже это делала штуку. А ты не делал. Еще с кем-нибудь, блин, еще с кем-нибудь, пожалуйста. С этим, с Себастьяном. Где Себа? Ой, я что-то не туда иду. Да, бойся.
Why would I want to hear what you're good at?
Чё, дурачитесь туда? О.
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is an interesting surprise. It's Bloom, by the way.
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Well, keep at it, Broom. And before you know it, you'll be as invisible as that new fifth year seems to be.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my, heavy books.
Speaking of invisible, where's my blasted house elf?
Себастьян.
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
Может, я зря столько с ним болтала, конечно. Смотри, украсили Рождество.
Has anyone seen my ivory-handled hand mirror? Of course you haven't.
Professor?
Блин.
A word.
Нет, нет, кыш.
Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How delightful to see you.
Чего?
Since I have you here, I wonder if I might, speak with you about Professor Fig.
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more, leeway with his time.
Зря ты,
Leeway,
зря ты.
Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do worry for his students. He's rarely here as it is.
I realize that, and I'd like to keep it that way.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time
Ой,
the new
ой,
fifth
да,
year
это
seems
я,
to be
это
spending
я.
away from the castle, supposedly on Professor Fig's behalf. I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades.
Ой, ой, да,
Everything
это
from
я.
sneaking into the Forbidden Forest to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's
Это
lot.
я.
What? Goodness. You cannot believe everything you hear, Professor. No, you cannot. I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that
Зря
you're
ты так,
doing.
зря.
Simply wonderful.
Нельзя.
Well,
Она специально, может, она специально сбила
but I'm happy to
ее.
look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley. Good day.
Сбил ее специально с толку.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig. I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Professor Black is happy with Scrope's performance as his house elf. There's no...
Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my
Да,
office.
прям при всех.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone. Even Master himself.
Почему у тебя ухо отрезано?
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a matching set of ears.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
Нет. Про чистоту крови, да.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I
Блин,
order
какой
you to pronounce
палев.
it for me.
But Master knows that Scrope's
Well,
French
you
is
will
most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Ahem. Attention, students. I hereby declare...
Как ты рано. Ты посмотри. Ля, какая... Вот это веселуха. Вот это веселуха, вот это я понимаю.
Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Жаль, я с Себастьяном не повидалась.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now, to speak the password to the gargoyle. Revelio.
Слушай, где-то здесь был.
Alohomora.
Ой, не могу, блин. Смешняво. Где там он? Не, где находится кабинет-то? Мне не подскажете, я просто типа вообще...
Revelio.
Не особо шарюсь в Хогвартсе. Надеюсь, это будет достаточно близко. Ой. Ну, проберемся, потому что следующая серия будет испытание. Опять кто-то кого-то разрушит, да? Ага, вот здесь мы раньше не были. Ага. Так. Не знаю, кто здесь, но кажется, не грустно. Откройся ты.
Revelio.
Ага, вон там. Красивенько тут.
Revelio. Alohomora.
Ешкин, ты меня пугаешь. Где-то тут. Гравлик Венев. Директора, где же ты? Так. А, это Уизли, в каком-то Уизли.
Revelio.
Чисто мяч,
Наверху, да?
Alohomora. Revelio.
Ага. Ага. Ага.
Revelio.
Ага. Не, ну-ка сначала сюда. Вау, наконец-то новое это.
The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password.
Ваня, ну ты-то чё? Все ж нормально.
Revelio.
Погоди, а где? Пытаюсь найти мотылёчек, нет? А как ты закроешь обратно? Да, видишь?
Lumos.
Это который с единым отваром, да? Ну, давай. И готово.
Revelio.
Ага.
toujours pure.
Я думаю, может, блин, еще и подниматься, серьезно, директор каждый раз поднимается.
I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto.
Alohomora.
Вообще обычно, вы чё? Дамблдор-то. Профессора Блэка.
Revelio.
О. Так, Финиас. Так. Сириус. Сириус, слушай.
Revelio.
Все поняла. Где это? Как будто здесь. Нет, не здесь. Ага. Ага. Ну что ж. Я думаю, ладно, на этом все. Продолжим.